Hi, it looks like we have about everybody signed in, so let's get started. Thank you for attending this WebEx. Please mute your devices, and you will be asked to write brief comments in the comment box or raise your hand as we go. Okay, I'm Patricia Rutledge, and I have one more technology-based teaching tool for your toolbox. Whether we have kindergarteners or adults for our students, we want them to move from bored, disinterested parties to people who are excited to learn, people who actively think about the material. And how do we go about making that happen? You have probably tried dozens of ways. I'd like you to take a second, write down in the comment box some of the tools that you have used. Okay, I'm seeing Prezi, excellent. And there we have blogs and wikis, super. And Google Docs, fabulous. Well, I'm going to give you one more tool for you to have in your teaching toolbox. Use the little hand icon on your screen to raise your hand if you remember a special field trip that your class went on. Maybe you saw a museum or a monument or something out in nature. Yeah, there are several of you. Well, what if you didn't have to pack lunches, sign permission slips, pay for transportation, pay for admission, take away from other classes? What if you could explore all of these places on the very same day? Well, there is a way to make that happen. It's called virtual field trips. This space cloud here uses Google's Connected Classroom to have a hangout on air. It's an interactive field trip. Let's go join them for a moment. Okay, here we have a group of children, students, and a few scientists that are working with this project in collaboration with NASA. The children are also joined by students around the world. So as a teacher, you can sign on to this virtual classroom and interact with these scientists, and they will answer your questions as well as the students there present. I'm going to forward along a little bit. You can see that there are lots of facts provided. They're going to ask the students to come up with landing sites. So you can see that the students are having an interactive experience here where they get to learn about all kinds of information, okay, and weather patterns and such. So this is a wonderful virtual field trip for students to take to learn about Mars. And next, we're going to explore a self-guided virtual field trip. Let's find out what that means by visiting the Art Museum. Here we are in one of the bones exhibits from the Smithsonian Institute. And the students can use their cursors to grab a hold of walls and just turn and look all the way around. So it's kind of like feeling like you're actually there in person. You can turn all the way around, and there are these blue arrows on the floor. As you click on that, you move into the next room. So you get the idea of how to manipulate your way around. And how many students would just love to be able to go to the Smithsonian Institute but never can? And there are some rooms where the ceilings have really neat stuff hanging down too. Okay, so that gives you the feel for how the Smithsonian Institute works. And then we're going to visit my personal favorite. We're going to participate in a virtual field trip. Now this is an animated field trip that allows students to help in creating a stem cell line in a laboratory. So let's visit this. This is the beginning page. Okay. And I'm just going to fast forward along so you can see something a little bit more in depth. And here the scientist is talking about the stem cell line, what it is, what kind of traits they have, that kind of thing. And here they're showing how to harvest bone marrow. And this little pipette here is something that they're going to allow us to manipulate on the screen so the students can actually participate with their mouse. It's giving us an instruction, and we actually have to use our mouse to wipe down the area with alcohol. So it just requires a little clicking, going in the right direction. And the area is all clean. Now they're adding a growth medium with sugar, amino acids, etc. And once again, the student has control and can manipulate this pipette to bring it down into the culture plate and to release. And then the cells are placed in an incubator. Of course, you can take students on a virtual field trip by assembling or threading together sites. And what you do is find some sites, thread them together with tramline.com, very easy program, narrate them with some text, and provide a starting link. Now it's time to engage the students' minds. Before you begin, discover what they already know. Let's start with you. Why are we visiting Mars? What are we looking for? Okay, I'm seeing some responses from our staff here. Bacteria, life, water, and aliens. And our teacher asked, can you pick Mars out in the night sky? Can you tell the difference between the planet and the stars? And how about you? Raise your hand if you can. Okay, I've got one hand raised. Good. Okay, and finally, compare Mars to Earth. Describe the terrain, temperature, and atmosphere. Give me some answers, teachers. All right, we've got minimal gravity, rocky, dry, mountains, volcano, hot. Love this one. No idea. Okay, so most of you know a bit about the planet. Your students will too. Now you go on the field trip that you've already planned, you've put together, you've assembled on tramline.com. Now it's your turn. You're going to receive an email today with detailed instructions and starting points. Basically, your assignment is to find an existing virtual field trip. You're going to write one paragraph on how this would support your curriculum. You're going to create a measurement device or checklist for your students, and you're going to upload the checklist and the hyperlink to Blackboard. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful time taking your virtual field trips, going fun and exciting places with your students, engaging their minds. Special thanks to all of our artists.